Okay, so what we're talking through here is kind of just my version of maybe something that might happen. Way back in term one, God, probably was term one, when we first started playing together at the start of the year, I handed out this document that was headed 8 curriculum planning models, and it was an abridged version of something that Charles Lovett put together. I don't know if you've had time to read it or you're saving it for your beach read over Christmas. But Charles, the story is Charles in his troopings around the countryside has gone into schools trying to help them change their practice a bit, moving from skills across to that reasoning and thinking stuff. And he's noticed that there are probably at least 8 versions by which teachers are delivering lessons and perhaps taking on change. Now, rather than go through the whole 8, I've cut to the main chase of, in my experience, when I go out to schools, these are the 3 kinds of lessons that, or ways of planning that to me appear to be the most common in schools, whether the teachers are aware of it or not. And I would hazard a guess that that thematic model, I would reckon that more than 50% of primary schools in the Northern Metro region use that for the first fortnight of the school year, probably, maybe first 3 weeks, because schools invariably, lots of schools do that stuff about creating a whole school culture. It's under 1,000 different names, but you know, where the kids work out the rules for the classroom and how we're going to behave towards each other and what's important and what's not important. And so for that first fortnight, if some maths is being done, it's probably got to be squashed in under that kind of thematic model. On the other hand, there are some schools that still use that model for their maths and everything else throughout the year. They might call it, we do an integrated approach, which usually means we lead with the SOS topic and you know, do the maths and the literacy as it falls out of the SOS topic. They're called all different kinds of names, but in fact for us we're going to call it that thematic model. Then this second one, I'm going to unpack. I'm going to go through these a little more on the next few slides. And then the mixed media. The mixed media has become very, very popular since whoever it was that invented mathletics made a killing out there. That's changed the teaching of maths in so many classrooms around Victoria. I wish I had shares in it. Okay. So, and you'll, as we go through this, you have a think about what's likely to work for your school. If we're talking about the first 2 weeks of the year or the first term, your teachers on the first, sometime during that first 3 days of next year will no doubt be given some kind of planning time to go away and plan a unit. And so be thinking about what might be going to happen then. Here's the thematic role. I might say about this too, just in case you haven't read it. Charles says it specifically, and I had thought it, that this model is very difficult to teach your maths in, because maths doesn't necessarily fall like rain from heaven out of everything that there is that you're doing in SOS. A little bit of maths will fall out of most SOS topics, but not all the maths will fall out of those SOS topics that you're doing. So people need to be wary if they're going to go down that path for their whole year of maths. You're going to have to keep going back to check to make sure that you've covered everything you're supposed to cover. So this is where we pick some kind of thing that we're going to do. Dinosaurs, not public transport. What's that other one? Transport. 5 6s for everyone doing transport. What else do they do? What are the main themes? Under the water, the beach, sea world. My life, my house, my life, yeah, that kind of stuff. Okay. Here's the, oh, this has gone all funny format. Okay, this is a different screen to the one at home. The example I've put up there is deliberately based on that stuff that happens at the start of the year in schools. Call it whatever you like. This is the statement out of the Tribes version, which probably started a lot of that kind of thinking for the first few weeks of the year. It's beautiful, isn't it? We all long to live there. It's like the Wizard of Oz place. Yeah. Okay, now my question for you is, in your school group, if you're in a large enough school group, or in a pair if you're with people that you don't know, or even by yourself, but that'll make it harder, can you pick a vowels level? I don't, pick year 5, 6, level 4, if there's enough of you at the table that know enough about that, or pick, the preps if that's what your preference is. But pick a vowels level and tell me if that was our SOS thing, or our topic, our theme for the first fortnight of the year, this kind of stuff, even if it's not tribes, but you know what I'm talking about. Can you do a bit of a brainstorm about the maths at that level that you're going to be thinking about that would fall out of that topic? Jot down a few things about what might fall out of it. Bearing in mind that there may be teachers out there and schools out there who that's exactly what they're going to be doing the first planning day of next year. The door will open, someone will come in with jelly beans and cake, and a bunch of teachers will sit round the table and say, well, we're doing, love for a fortnight. What can we do about maths? Yeah, that's right. What's the maths out of that? Yeah, at level 2. All right, have a think. What would it be? Can I have everybody's attention back here, please? Can I have, don't give me like war and peace, just give me a dot point about some maths at level 1 that would fall out of that. Anyone got anything? Yeah, make shapes of their house.
Yeah, and then maps of what would be around it.
Yeah, so might be space, might be there, shapes and maps. Yeah. Yeah, have to be very simple because it's like the first 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. Anything else much? How many people? Yeah, so some simple tally. So we're doing data. Yeah.
And time.
To do with birthdays, is it? Yeah. Okay, that's probably enough. We'll stop there. Yeah, because it shows that it's light on the ground. Level 2. Does anyone do level 2?
We had trouble. We just got to it just before we started speaking. We didn't know where. But because we would focus more on getting along to the classrooms and books and all, etc., we thought of finally came up with what about some maths games that focus on addition skills, or even with grade 1s, just but at the same time, it's about sharing and taking turns and all that.
Okay, so it's games to do with simple addition and subtraction, but sharing. Yeah.
Developing cooperation.
Yeah.
And cooperation can be taught by playing that game.
Okay.
There's not actually a maths book.
No.
Or the game social.
But you could make good maths.
Yeah. All right. So the games, and you'd have to focus on a maths. Yeah. You can see here where this starts to get very dicey for some teachers. You say, yeah, we're doing maths, we're doing an hour every day. And what are we doing? We're playing games about, like today, we're doing a bit of chance and a bit of measure and a bit of da-da-da-da-da. When every lesson's precious, yeah. You would need to be sure this week we're playing games that complement addition or something. Yeah, okay. Anything else? Anyone else got anything much for